But I'm already.
Hush, over the crowd. Good morning, gang. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We're okay in? We're good? We're in? Come on. Jeez. How's everybody doing? Good?
Yeah.
We have more food than normal. Why, I'm not sure. But hey,
Why?
listen.
Oh, you do?
There's we our Zippy Shell friends bought 3 dozen donuts and
Nice.
orange juice, apple juice,
Well,
soda, all that kind of good stuff.
Great for prospecting all
Until you
morning.
invite policemen come over and have the donuts.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Again, thanks for coming to the meeting. I got a feeling as we get to the end of the year, we're still a full room,
Looking good.
and I was actually surprised. I thought we'd start dwindling as we get closer to the end of the year here, you know. So, and also tomorrow we're closed. The office is closed. So no Suzanne, no me, no Wendy. But if you need us, call us. But your key fob will work. Okay. Is there any confusion what time you have to exit the building at night if you're here late? 9 o'clock? Okay. I got midnight. How many people think it's 9 o'clock? Good answer. You have until midnight. Okay. So we've had some people stay here after midnight.
8 a.m.
What time?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Out the door you go. But the coolest thing, let's say you're here at 12:05, the alarm will go off, and then you will hear a live voice through the speakers saying, "Get the F out of the office."
Is it Cuba?
I swear to God.
Is it Cuba?
Huh?
Is it Cuba?
I'm not going to say who it is. It's not me. I'm in bed. Okay? But it's going to be like the voice of hell. It's going to scare the shit out of you. It really will. It really will. It happened to 2 agents the other night. I get a text message at 12:30. Tim, someone's in your office. Okay, great. I'm going back to bed. I don't know what you want me to do, you know? So please, I mean, come here late, but if it's, 5 to 12, get out. You got to go. You know, and you can't be here before 6 a.m. So we'll give you 18 hours. We know you love it here, but 18 hours I think is enough time to hang out at Realty One Group, okay? So before we get into our guest speakers, there's usually 2 of these guys. We only got 1 today, so we got half the team. Well, we'll get to them in a second. We have the better half. We'll get to them in a second. So tomorrow's Veterans Day. We're closed, so honor your veterans. If any of you serve, anybody here serve? Anybody in the military? There he is, Brandon. Way to go, Brandon. I usually go to the Veterans Day parade. I don't know if I'm going to go tomorrow, but if you get a chance to ever go to one of those, it's a lot of fun. They're really. You'll feel very patriotic after you're done. Next Thursday, it's going around. If you want to bring in a little side dish for our Thanksgiving Day potluck, there you go. We're going to have turkeys, we're going to have ham, we'll have all the macaroni and cheese stuff, but we need you to bring in some other stuff, okay? And we're going to be doing that starting at noon on a week from today, okay?
No sales meeting.
No sales meeting.
Yeah, but it will be
Class. After the
To
meeting.
be a class?
how to make.
I don't know. Is there a class?
The
I don't know.
next day.
30 days to lose your license.
What day is that?
What is-
16.
No.
No, you got it on the wrong day. It's on the 17th.
Right.
You typed it up wrong. Friday the 17th.
17?
Friday the 17th. Correct.
What do you say? 17 to 16.
If you're dying to find out when that is,
16 have potluck.
you guys are killing me. We've only had this posted for 3 months now. Where is it? There it is. 17th.
That's a good.
If you haven't signed up for this, you really need to. It's a great class. You get 3 free CE credits. Lee does a great job to keep you from losing your license. We don't want you to lose your license, okay? So he's going to help us prevent that from happening, okay? Also, what's really, really important is the Christmas party. Everyone has a flyer, or it's in there. It's a Christmas party, right? Summerlin holiday party. How cool is that flyer, right? That's a really cool flyer. Scan the QR code or go to that website and sign up. It's free. Or you pay $11. You'll actually pay $11 that goes to charity. So you do just one project. Project 150 is going to get our money this year.
I have it.
Nice.
Okay, so we all know Project 150. They're really good folks. So it's free, except for the $11. If you bring someone, it is $60. So if you're bringing a +1, it's $60 for that +1. You're free. Pay $11 and $60 for your guest if you want to bring a guest. There'll be a menu when you log in to the website. You get to pick what you want to eat. Okay, so it's all done in advance here. No, you know, there's vegetarian, there's meat, there's fish, and there's chicken. So it's a nice selection.
Where
It's right there. Right there is where it's gonna be. Right there. Right up here. And it's in the handout too.
now it's the location, we're gonna do it.
Right there. Right there. Right there. There's best. 5 minutes from here. 5 minutes. Okay?
In the casino or outside?
Bears Best is not a casino, okay? Stay with the program. It's a golf course, okay? It's not a casino, okay? So you need to go on the website, sign up, pick your menu. We have 150 max. I think 150 or so is the max the room can fit. And every year we have 185 people that want to go. And 35 people get pissed off. Because they didn't sign up when they're supposed to. So the sooner you get on there, the better. Please, 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 okay? Also, the summit is coming up, okay? And we have until Saturday for you to go and scan this QR code and reserve your ticket if you want to go. You're not going to pay for it. You're going to reserve that you're thinking of going. And then next week, an email will go out to all of us to pay the $555 to attend. If you don't scan the QR code or reserve your ticket by Saturday and you want to go 2 weeks from now, it's going to be $999. Okay? So again, don't be late for the party. It's the best deal in town for $555. It really, really is. Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Adams, there she is, there she is. Good job. Okay, don't fall down. Okay, so make sure you do that. Okay, that's Lee's class next Friday. We bust through that pretty quick. And then next Wednesday? Okay, Tom Ferry is in town, down at Lake Las Vegas. Wendy is going. We'd love a bunch of you to go with her. It's an all-day event. If you haven't seen Tom Ferry, I've been to this one 3 times. I've been to a bunch of his stuff over here. Amazing. You'll leave there ready for 2024. Trust me. You know, he gives, you get a big workbook and just really good stuff, okay? It's only $129. We negotiated a price at $300, it's $129. The best, if you're not getting anything for yourself for Christmas, get this. Spend $129 on yourself and go to this event. Get with Wendy. You have to call Cheryl. Here's her phone number. Here's her email address. Say, hi, Cheryl. I work at Realty One Group with Tim Kelly. I'd love to go to see Tom. She'll set you all up. She'll take your credit card in like 7 seconds. Bam. You'll be gone, okay? But I recommend everyone go. You really, really will get a lot from it, okay? All right, gang. Another great breakfast by you-know-who. But also, you-know-who. Wait, she brought all this stuff.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're gonna play a
she brought all
game.
this stuff.
But I want to introduce you to Trisha Ferris. She's my new counterpart. So if you see her picture, she's going to be with the Green Valley One Realty and the Sunset, Southwest. So if you see her, say hello. She's my new friend. So how many of you guys think that the holidays are a holiday for realtors? So the holidays are no holiday for real estate. And here I have some facts. You know how much I love my numbers? So here I'm going to read you. In the last 10 years, the average overall ratio between residential listings taken and listings sold is 76%. However, in December, the average is 115%, which means there's a 39% greater chance of selling your home during the holidays than any other time in the year, okay? In real numbers, 23% more homes have historically sold in December than in January, and 48% more homes were listed in January than in December. How many guys of you talked to a listing appointment and they said, we don't want to list during the holidays? Raise your hand. Oh, okay. So here it is. The 10-year ratio between listings taken and listings sold in the month of November and December is 99% compared to just 67% in January and February. This is listings sold. So basically what we're trying to say is this is a great time to list your home. The buyers that are looking right now are probably the most serious and active buyers. So with that said, we're going to talk about seller's coverage, and so I have some prizes here. So I'm going to need your help to help me moderate who raises their hand and answers. So how many of you guys are adding listing coverage to your listing, and or how many of you are actually presenting it in your listing appointment? Nobody?
Who doesn't know what Nora's talking about?
Does anybody know what I'm talking about when I talk about seller's coverage? What is seller's coverage?
During the listing period,
Okay.
get things, few things covered. I was used before.
Okay, so listing coverage is, it's coverage that you can add during the listing period for limited coverage. So here's, the quiz is gonna start. When can you add listing coverage on?
Today. Since you signed the listing agreement,
Okay.
started.
So here's the other question. How long is listing coverage good for?
6 months.
Great, so here's one for you, and here's one for you.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Okay,
Didn't know that easy.
yeah, right,
That's
see?
nice.
Okay.
The extension of listing.
So if you have a listing that goes 6 months, right, and then you have to renew it, okay? Let's see, okay, I'm gonna get some good ones here.
How much is the seller's coverage?
That's what I was gonna ask.
There you go.
How much, I couldn't find it on
There
here.
you
go.
How much is listing coverage?
Not much.
Not much is not a price.
Wait.
Not much is not a
For
price.
6 months, how much is listing
I
coverage
think it's
cost?
just like under $300 something.
How much is it?
No. 60 or 70, very cheap. It's not,
So 0 is wrong.
I forgot, but very good price. It's not
No,
much.
it's not 0. Technically, it's not 0.
Like under $100.
How about we raise our hands instead of yelling
Under
out a million
$100.
answers, please?
Nope.
I remember really it's like under
A number, Ms. Sacco,
$100.
we need a
It
number.
was
She's like, Okay.
How much?
Raymond said 75.
No.
Under $100. Yes, I
Okay,
know.
it's under 100.
Yep.
Raymond said 75.
Yes.
There you go.
75.
I'm also good.
You guys, so it's really important. So technically, if it was free, it would say free on our sheet, right? It would say free, and everybody would put it on. But it's only free if the buyer does not take on the buyer's coverage. I know, it's backwards. It's so backwards, I know, it's, you guys, so in essence, like, we want the buyer's coverage, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gunning for. For us, the seller's coverage is kind of like a loss leader. We want you to put it on all of your listings. Obviously, you or I can't make the buyer take on the seller's coverage, right? So it's a numbers game. We put it on, it's minimal risk for you, right? Minimal risk for your seller. And then all I ask is that when you get into contract, after you've put listing coverage on, is to tell me who your buyer's agent is. But listing coverage is $75 if the buyer takes on a American Home Shield home warranty.
Continue use it.
Okay, does that make sense? So we don't charge you, if nobody continues that coverage, if we never add a buyer to that plan, there's no cost. Now, let me ask you a question. Is there a cost on seller's coverage if the seller made a claim?
Yes.
Is there a cost to this?
Is there a cost to the seller for seller's coverage?
It's a one-word answer, gang, it's a
Yes.
one-word answer.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Say again, that's very tough.
Wow, this is so good. So even if the seller made a claim,
Soda medical.
if the seller made a claim, during that time it was listed, the water heater burst and we
Oh,
came
okay.
out, right? And the buyer did not take a home warranty, there's no cost.
Right.
Again, you guys,
Right.
on the seller's coverage, if we never add a buyer to that plan, there's no cost.
Nice.
You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. What is the maximum limit coverage for seller's coverage? Meaning, in the 6 months that it's listed, what is the max we will pay out?
15,000.
10,000.
1,500?
Yeah, 1,500.
1,500. Seller's coverage, she gave an answer. Seller's coverage is limited. It's only $1,500. So we're only gonna cover up to $1,500 of the limited, of whatever breaks. So if you have a water heater that bursts, We're gonna cover the first 1,500. Now, is roof leak coverage included in seller's coverage?
No.
Can you add on pool, septic, or pool, septic?
No.
One winner per meeting here, by the way.
No.
So
You
one
cannot,
winner.
there's no add-on. You can't add pool, you can't add the casita, you can't add well, you can't add septic. Can you add appliances?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a first.
One winner per room here.
Can you add appliances?
That's not garbage.
You guys, it's strictly going to be major systems, right? AC, plumbing, water heater,
Washing machine,
ductwork.
dryer.
No, that's appliance.
I read that.
Killing me. How much refrigerant is included in seller's coverage? The dollar amount.
$10,000.
Who said $10?
I said $10.
Okay, well, you already
You
won.
already won. so
I
you
switched
can't
it
win
for
again.
that.
Oh, she wants to switch.
Okay.
Don't even know what's inside. What is it?
Show me inside.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Is seller's coverage available on multiplex units?
Yes.
Who said no?
Winner, winner. There you
It's
go.
only,
50-50, right?
it's only good for
Single family.
single family, condo, and townhome. Okay, we have three more prizes, we gotta keep moving here. What do you do when you get into contract? You're the listing agent, you added seller's coverage, and then you get into contract, what do you do?
Call you.
Yes, you call me. You call me and you say, here's the buyer's agent. Why do you do that?
So you can sell them.
Yes, I'm like you, I'm hustling, right? I'm like you. And you guys, this is a really important question. Why is it in the buyer's best interest to continue the seller's coverage? Who said no waiting period? It's not that there's no waiting period, but give me a little bit more to that.
No pre-existing conditions?
Yes, okay, but she already won.
Yes.
So, okay, so you guys, with seller's coverage, if the buyer takes out, did I ever tell you guys the story about, we had the listing coverage, right? And it was a Thursday, and they were doing the walkthrough, they were gonna close on Friday, and they walked in the garage and the water, did I tell you guys that story? This happened over the summer. The water heater had burst, okay? Brand new agent on the buyer's side. Listing agent was 10-year seasoned. Buyer agent freaked out, okay? She's first deal, she's closing tomorrow, water heater burst. Thankfully what happened is the buyer was taking on American Home Shield. The seller put in the claim, we gave them a letter of intent so they would close on time, and then by Saturday morning, the buyer had a brand new water heater. Okay, but you guys, how sideways and wrong could that transaction have gone? So that's what I'm saying. Buyer's coverage, it's not about selling the buyer's coverage, it's really about giving that new homeowner
Protection.
the best protection. And what's the other thing that home warranty is good for you?
Sleeping is better, no?
Risk mitigation. It's risk mitigation.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind, that's it. I don't have anything else.
That's good. Good job,
All right, man. All right, as you guys know, we don't have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Outside vendors come in, other than probably Zippy Show. They're one of the few outside vendors we have come in. We've known them a long time. They've gone to, I think, all the offices, us and Jeff and I think Mark. I'm not sure if they make it to Green Valley. A lot of people don't make it to Green Valley. I don't know what's up with that. You know, it's too far away. But they have an incredible product. They're really good guys. They even have a commercial. Go figure. These guys have a commercial on TV. At least I think they used to, right? So ladies and gentlemen, Jim and Brian, but with only one of them are here. So
Just me.
Just the one guy here. Come on down.
Well, as I hand out some of these flyers, I have to
Flip
ask,
through.
which one goes forward?
Right, go right.
To go right, okay. I have to ask, is someone actually here after midnight? Because that's,
Yes.
part of me says if it goes off, they deserve for it to go off.
Right, we should lock it in.
I mean, that's,
One time we
you should
went
just,
out
I mean,
before
that's
11.
impressive to be here past midnight.
Another
so.
per-
Other
Thank you.
spouse that I was really excited about.
That's good things that people like here, yeah? Feel like we're
I'm working there.
Thank you. There you go, sir. There you go.
moving.
There you go. And I'll make it as fast and painless as possible, so you guys can have more fun and win awards from her.
Prizes.
I was gonna answer some of the questions and just guess myself, I mean, yes, you know, I gotta get one of them. So anyway, as you guys know, I'm sure you probably know, the real estate market's changed a little bit, probably lately. So it's a lot harder than it used to be, you're probably consulting people more than you used to. Clients are on edge more than they used to. So hopefully what we do is come in and offer some solutions for you guys to make your life easy, okay? What we do is, there's a nice picture here. We are kind of like a combination of a portable storage company and a local moving company together, right? So you guys kind of know like the pods, portable storage, kind of started it a long time ago. We're like pods, but we're less expensive. All our containers are stored inside a climate control warehouse. Maybe today clients won't care, but when it's 120, they will. Because a lot of those containers get stored outside, which people don't know. And then we're also full service. So we will load the containers for the clients. We will unload the containers for the clients. We'll do packing. We'll ship cars. We'll crate. And then we also a local moving company too. So we have box trucks, so we can literally move them from one home to another, okay? So up here, I kind of touched upon climate control, same-day local moves. We're also all over the US, so if you want to get rid of a client and ship them out of here, we can do it for you. If they want to come to Vegas like they should, we can bring them to Vegas for you through our containerized moving. So we're in 120 DMAs across the United States, so we can ship clients back and forth as well. Not only in Vegas, but across the US. We're full service, like I said, high touch, so if a client has special furniture, we can literally wear white gloves to not dirty the furniture if that's what's important to the client. We can do the crating services, we can ship their cars. We're about 15% less expensive than the competition, which is important. And when they mention you guys, they get 10% off of that discounted price as well when they need storage. Yeah. We're also HOA friendly. So when we deliver our container, I'll go back, it's done in this trailer system. So unlike a pods where they just dump the thing in the driveway and leave it for days and days, which you guys wouldn't want if they're listing the home, we bring the container in this trailer system. We can kind of back it up and position it wherever the client wants it. So it's nice and easy. Condos, high rises, apartment complexes, we do them all in town because of the flexibility. It's licensed and tagged. So that trailer can go in any gated community. It's not like they need approval from anybody. The other good thing is if we load it for them, then we can be in and out in 2 hours and we're gone. So we literally go in, load that container, 2 hours later we're gone. We take the container with us and we bring it back to the warehouse, okay? To go back to this part right here, staging, this is what's becoming more important. We're getting daily calls from realtors saying, hey, it's tougher out there. I need some way to service my clients. I want to position myself with you guys to see how you can help me with my clients. I need to do staging more because the house isn't ready. So we'll come in, and sometimes the realtor's there, and they're like, this all goes, please.
You guys hope more furniture?
Yeah, we'll bring, yeah, that's correct. So that container that you saw holds about 1,000 square feet. So it holds a lot. And for a flat fee of $339, we'll load the whole thing for them. And we're out of there. We'll disassemble the furniture, we'll wrap everything, we'll protect everything, we'll load the whole thing, and we're out in 2 hours as long as they're packed and ready. So lots of times the realtor's there with the client expressing, hey, this is what I want you to declutter and get out of here. Our team's there, we take everything, we bring it back to the warehouse, the house finally sells, and then we bring a box truck And then we move them from the one house to another, and then take the one that's in staging and bring it back to the new home for them. What also happens is we get calls on a regular basis from a realtor, upset and worried because something falls through. The client's got to be out of their current house and they got no place to live. So the realtor's calling around going, hey, how do I help them because they have to be out and they got no place to go. We'll come in and we'll put all their entire home into containers, stored in a warehouse, and then bring it back when they close. So if a house is 1,500 square feet, they need 2 containers and so forth. So we speak to the client, understand what they need, take care of them before we show up. We know what we're walking into, we load it, we're out of there. Nice and safe. That's our team. So we have a big group. That's what it looks like in front of the house. What you'll also notice is it's a cage design, so it allows airflow to go through, so there is no moisture buildup, so it's not like this big metal box. It's actually done on purpose like that, so it allows airflow, so you get that actual climate control. You can't really climate control a metal box, because air can't get in. That's what it kind of looks like in the inside. That's what the warehouse looks like. So when we bring it back, we just nicely stack everybody. And then when they need it back, we just reverse the process. Now, if they're moving out of state, that same container gets locked up. They put their lock on it. They're the only one that has the key. Gets sent out to the destination, and then gets brought to them out there. So it's secure the whole time. Whatever goes in, comes out. There's a lock. There's no commingling. There's no anything lost, broken, because it's in the container the whole time. And as you can see, that's what Pods looks like, and that's what we look like. Not all the containers look like that, but you know. This right here, I don't know if can we click on that by any chance?
Let's find out. We should be. Let's see. Let me get the clicker and let's see. Either one?
Yeah, either one.
Oh.
Ooh, let's see if it works.
Yeah.
How exciting. Oh, it went through. You gotta go back. Oh, no, go ahead and see if it works now.
Moving's tough enough. Oh, boy. And then, there are the movers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Zippy simplifies moving. We bring the trucks, we bring the movers. To the valley or across the nation. And those things you're not ready to move yet, we'll store in our indoor climate-controlled storage facility until you need them. Moving sucks. Zippy Shell doesn't.
So I don't know if you guys have seen that. I don't know if you can click on the other one real quick. If not, it's okay. One's good enough. So, you know, that's kind of our tag. Moving does suck. It just does. Every single client calls us, I hate it, it sucks, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, it's so expensive. The process is great. I mean, the end result is great, but the process is horrible, right? What your job and my job is to make their life a little bit easier. We represent you guys, so when you call us and say, I need your help, we understand that you're putting your reputation on the line. Our job is to take care of these clients, every single one of them, and make sure that
You
they're
hardly
happy.
ever hear the word moving these days without the word nightmare attached to it. I get horror stories every day about moving companies that break, take, or flake. But with Zippy Shell, you get experienced professional movers, a fleet of modern trucks, and climate-controlled storage for all the things you're not quite ready to move yet, locally or across the country. Look, moving sucks. Zippy Shell doesn't.
So the reason why I wanted to bring that up too is all our guys work for us. We don't contract out and go to Home Depot and get guys for the day that are hanging out. People do that. They actually work for us. They're background checked, they're drug tested, like they're actually our employees. They're professionals, they know what they're doing. So that's what their job is. They come in, they take care of the client, they load, they pack, they move, they do everything that you guys need us to do. So our job is to help you, whether you need storage, staging, local move, combination, we take care of it all for you, and that's our job. Our storage right now is $199 a month, but then the client gets the 10% off by mentioning you guys. And they can be in as little as long as they would like. So, yeah, so it's totally up. We can hold about 1,000 square feet, containers 15 by 7 by 7 in size. So our guys can really, like Tetris, really fill that container and utilize the space for the client. If they want to load, they can. If they want to do it themselves, we leave it for 2 days, pick it back up and bring it back to the warehouse, and they can unload it themselves what they want. But probably 60% of the clients use our guys because it's fast, efficient, inexpensive, and we're in and we're out. We can load a whole house in one day, easy.
How much again?
A 1 month is $199 plus
How long
tax.
can keep in your,
As little as long as they want.
oh,
Yeah, we have
That's
people
good
in there
for
for
resale.
years and years, or
it keeps in where
a,
to go.
or a week, or a month, whatever they do. We just put their card on file, and just every month it charges until they move out, and then we're
And
done.
then the moving, you say $300 some for the actual moving from the house to the store?
No, yeah, so for us to load the container, it's a
Yeah.
flat fee of $339, but.
$339.
Yeah, but let's say your client wants to move, I'll just give you an example, and they just wanna move from one house to another. A 3-man team, it's $149 to come out and $179 an hour. That's it.
Really?
Nice and cheap.
That's crazy.
And we'll wrap everything, load everything, disassemble, reassemble, you name it. Every client's uniquely different, so we meet with them and have a conversation on what special items, from grandfather clocks to pool tables to safes to crating items. Every client's different, but before we go in there, we speak to them to make sure we know what we're walking into. But it's pretty easy. And that's it. Any other questions? Yeah.
So, you say you transport vehicles, do you have like a mile or?
Yeah, so how it works is we're associated, we're also owned by Pack Rat. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's a big national competitor of pods. They do containerized moving. They're part of our company, and they have an association with a big company that does vehicle transportation. So all we do is send the client the link, they go in there and they get a discount through that program, and they just set it up themselves. But vehicle transportation is done by mileage, and it's also done by lane. Lane meaning the amount of traffic going to a specific place. Meaning like in the previous years, if you were going to Florida and Texas, good luck. Because all day, every day, that's all we got, Texas and Florida. And so it was very expensive to move there because everybody was moving there. So those lanes, based on people moving, can change the price too and where they're moving to. But it's pretty inexpensive.
Call you to get, and the reason I'm asking is that my sister may need a car shipped to Kansas.
Yeah, we can do that. Now, normally, it's an add-on, like we don't usually just do vehicles by themselves. It's when a client does business with them, and then we set them up with the vehicle. We normally just don't do vehicle per people, if that makes sense.
What about insurance?
Yeah, the client can purchase, we have insurance, or they can get their own. Mhm, yeah, yeah. We're fully insured and licensed through the DOT and the Nevada Transportation Authority, and you have to go through a big rigorous approval just to be able to touch people's items. It's a lot.
One more time, what's included in that
The
$399?
$339, yeah, so if the client is packed and ready, we
Okay.
will load the whole container for them regardless of time. And we're also disassembled their beds for them as well to put in there. The only thing that's additional would be any supplies, right? So we're gonna bring blankets and all that stuff and protect the items. So the process of protecting the items is part of the service, but if they use blankets and stuff, then we charge them for rental and stuff
So
for the
when
blankets to
the
protect
client
them.
is ready, the client has loaded their stuff into the pot.
No, we're loaded for them for $339.
Oh, so
But
it's
we have to
always
do the
like ready to
pack.
buy.
Yeah,
Oh,
correct.
okay.
They just have to have packed. Now, if they need packing, we'll do it. We'll come the day before, pack the whole house if they want us, and then come the next day and move them and load them.
Okay.
Totally up what they want us to do.
So
It's complete kind of turnkey, however they want us to help
Yeah.
them.
Oh, okay, that's extra.
Yeah.
I have a question. These things, can you do that too? It's a house build company finished. I doing this import, but I have one problem is I can ship to.
You mean ship that? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
No, I don't even know what that is. What is that, a house on a hill?
No, house is built like
A manufactured home?
Is that what, I don't know.
New
Yeah,
stuff, new stuff, don't even have here. This technology is Japan, but made
Oh.
in China. The whole house design, built already, and just ship.
Oh, yeah, we can only ship our containers.
Oh,
Yeah, we're not like a shipping company, we just transportate our containers
This
in
thing
big
cannot
18-wheeler
be-
trucks.
It will be bigger than the container.
Yeah, it would be bigger, yeah, that would be
out.
outside of our wheelhouse,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Mhm. Any other questions? Well, we appreciate it, let me know if you guys need anything, and I hope you guys have a good
Ready,
holiday.
gang, Zippy show, baby. And when you open up an office in Osaka, Japan, let us know.
Listen, whatever, Hawaii's the next place, we have a lot of people in Hawaii.
All Okay, Miss Compliance Guru, anything we need to talk, no, she ran away. Maria's good, that's good, okay. All right, Wen, let's talk a little bit about, staying top of mind here. Anybody cold?
Yeah. Freezing, yeah.
Crank that baby down. Hey, wait, before you do that, Sue, spin the wheel for the winner of the bag, before I always forget.
Well, let's see.
What's in the bag?
I don't even know.
2 prizes.
See the
We gotta go to across the street to the casino.
What do we got today? Ooh. We got some epic lending stuff.
Yellow.
Blackjack, anybody?
That match my.
We got some more folders here. We got a bunch of candy. And the winner is
That's funny.
Number 9, Sean Chamberlain.
Sean Chamberlain. Hey, here we go. Number 9, or you just fill it out in order? I'll fill it out. There you go. All right, Wayne, it's all yours.
Okay, so real quick, next Wednesday coming up, we're not gonna do Wednesdays with Wendy, because I'm gonna be at the Tom Ferry thing. So anybody that wants to go to Tom Ferry, it's from 9 to 5. Yeah, just, there's a
Okay, buy
phone
the
number there.
ticket, though.
Yeah, there's a phone number, you're gonna call Cheryl, and she'll, if you do it online, there's a discount code, but it's only 15%. But if you call Cheryl directly, she will just charge, I think it's the $129, and she'll just take your payment right there over the phone, and then they're, I think, serving breakfast, lunch, all that kind of stuff. It's an all-day event. So no Wednesday with Wendy, and then on Thursday, we're not gonna do the junior mastermind group on Thursday because we're doing the potluck, the Thanksgiving potluck. So next week is kind of limited on the classes, but then we'll pick up the following week after that. So today we're gonna talk about staying on top of mind. It's a little small, I was gonna try to read this, but it's tough. So we'll just look up here. So everybody get used to calling your sphere. Now is a great time to start calling your sphere. The holidays are coming up. You can coordinate like any kind of events going on, but just call them, say hi, want to say happy holidays. Email them digital holiday cards. Do something fun with your kids or your pets or whatever, and then email it. I would always do a digital one and then a paper one, and then because people are a little old school, sometimes they'll hang them on their trees or they'll tape them up on their walls. People love the paper ones, and we've gotten away from that, but it's a little added touch. And then handwrite them. Don't have them pre-printed. I know there's services that can, but if you just handwrite them and then handwrite their address, it's going to show that you actually touched it. You didn't just order it and sent it off. So it'll mean a little bit more if you do it. But like I said, mail them holiday cards. But text your sphere. I like texting them videos, and there's a company called BombBomb, which is a little bit expensive, but you can even just tape a video on your phone. I always like to let them know, hey, I'm going to be sending out holiday videos through a text, so they know to open it. Because sometimes people are like, I know it came from them, but is it a problem? You know, so they don't want to touch it. But if you give them a heads up that you're going to be sending it, then they'll click on it. Say, happy holidays, it's me, you know, whatever you want to say there, just to touch base. And then if you do it, like maybe if you guys start now, you'll do it in November, you'll do it in December, and then you can continue to do it, and they're already used to getting it. So it's a great starter for your marketing plan next year. Right. And then, let's see, Popeyes. Again, I've talked about Popeyes in the past couple of weeks, but make them something. It's the holiday season. You can do these little, like pecan pies or whatever. Sometimes they come in a box, sometimes you can put them in a bag with your business card, catchy little phrase, whatever it is. Some flowers, a pumpkin for Thanksgiving, and then for Christmas there's always cookies, and New Year's, any of the holidays that go on in December. There's tons of stuff that you can do. You can actually, I don't know if I put it on here, but coordinate like a community picture day. I know a lot of them do like Santa Claus or Frosty the Snowman, and then invite their kids, do a day for their pets, which is a big thing. Yeah. Pets only this day, and then children only this day. And you will have all of your people come out like you would not believe. Because my clients would call me and they're like, hey, do you know any free, Christmas, or with Santa? There was 2 of my clients in the same year. They're like, I want to get my pets with Santa. And I'm like, I don't know. And I was like, maybe I should be doing that. So just coordinate something. If you have a spouse that might want to dress up, or we got to utilize a family in there somehow. But Popeyes are a surefire way. And if you start now, don't just wait for holidays. If you do one for November, December, then you can do something in January, February, March, and do find some reason to just pop by and just drop things off every month, and you will stay top of mind. Even if they're little, people are like, what is this? Or a packet of like flowers for the spring, or like flower seeds. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's like 15 cents. But then you can put a sticker on the back and then you just leave it on their doorstep if you want. But for the holidays, what I suggest, trying to coordinate the times. Hey guys, when are you gonna be home? Are you gonna be home tomorrow? You know, between 3 and 5, can I stop by?
I don't know, like, if you've are not on Pinterest, there's so many Pinterest realtor marketing ideas. I mean,
Tons of them.
so many.
But my suggestion is always try to do it like the pop-bys where you can meet them, because you can leave it on their doorstep. They're like, oh, this is great. But if it's just like hey, I just want to stop by, say hi, give you a hug, you know, and then drop it off, I'm not going to take much time. But it's that face-to-face that you're doing that nobody else is doing, so it's super important to do that. Social media, we all know, post and whatever, but maybe try to do some quizzes. I did one a couple years ago. I picked 4 Thanksgiving doors, like decorations on the door, and I'm like, which one's your favorite? It gets the most views. I don't know why, and the likes and whatever, but do like prizes. You can ask them questions and then tell them to text it to you instead of, here's my number, don't put it in the comments, everybody text me your answer in the first one, or whatever you want to do, but get them to interact with you. So I like the little quizzes that you can do on your social media. Then again, post weekly events like I talked about last month or last week or the week before, but there's tons of events right now. Craft shows and food thing everywhere. So just be their source, and then they'll get used to going to your website or your social media to find out. And then after the holidays, they're gonna still be looking. You know, you just keep posting. But the whole thing is to get them used to coming back to you guys for their main topics of anything. But and then, like I said, if you start now, they'll start visiting. And then maybe make an explainer video, which I didn't know what this was, but I found it the other day, and I was like, that's such a great idea. But do a little video about yourself. And then I saw one from, I don't even know, I think 2018. They were talking about themselves, and then it turned into Realty One, which is really cool because I just Googled it. And it was all about Realty One and the office, and they walked around the office, and this is who I'm associated with, and my background, and how this whole team behind us, and they talked about the lender and the title company. It was just really neat because it just secures what foundation you guys have built for yourselves, and you're not just this one little person. It shows you've got everything. So it's a great plug for you and the brokerage that you're with and everything. And then my favorite one is organize something for a charity, a food drive, a clothing drive, a children's toy drive, and then go pick that stuff up. You know, don't just say, hey, you know, you can drop it off here, because it's already like, hey, I've already gone out and got the stuff if it's a toy or whatnot. But just say, if you want to put it together, clean your closets out and do one for November, one for December, and then say, I'm going to stop by and pick it up. I'm coming by this day. When will you be there? I don't want you to leave it out on the doorstep. When will you be there? Now you can go see them and interact with them again. But then if you start doing that, and you can utilize what we have here, we've got going on the women's shelter, the dogs, the animal foundation. Just say, we as a whole, Realty One, are doing this. Does anybody have anything I can stop by and pick up? And then that way, every month we've got some kind of charity that we're doing, and you don't have to spearhead it yourself. You know, so just kind of connect it all together, but that's a huge one. And if they see you involved in the community, that's a huge plus against, you know, when you're trying to compete with other realtors. But that's about all I have for
Wendy, your
today.
idea factory.
I know of a Santa, if anyone needs a rent.
Rent a Santa. Yeah, snowman. I mean, just there's a ton of things you could do. A bunch of elves they've done sometimes, like just the little elves without the Santa is a cute one too.
So I do every year with 10-15 ladies a German Christmas baking event where I invite everybody wants to come, and then they all bring their own dough, but I just put it in the oven, and we end up with an amazing amount of cookies. We make plates, and I give it to all my clients and neighbors, and they always love it.
It's perfect.
And I come dressed up. And I bring that doorbell.
Do you? Yeah, and see, that's what I used to do. Is I would make I'd roll out the cookies and stamp them, and then we'd all just decorate them, and then I put them in packs of 3, and then I just drop them off for my clients. Just want to bring you a little holiday cheer. That's it. They just want to know that you remember them, and they're not just somebody on your list. So those little personal touches, guys, are huge. So, all right, that's all I have.
It's funny, does everyone know what a pop-by is?
We talked about it like 3 weeks ago.
Everybody knows what she meant by that, right?
Just to show
Yes.
up, drop some.
Yeah, yeah.
No reason,
When I
for
did
no
that-
reason.
I tried to go to my client's job sometimes, and show up at their job with it, you know, because I wanted to meet their coworker, you know, and show up at their job. But the Popeyes are really, really powerful, they really are. Maria, you've returned. Tell me about tomorrow. We're closed, paychecks, all that stuff, commission checks.
So, we're closed tomorrow, please remember, anything that gets processed today, you're not gonna get checks until Monday. So,
And if you have any rentals lingering, we got about $3,000 worth of rental money to give out.
and I also have a
It's unbelievable
referral.
that you guys are
Wow,
not
you
filling
don't
out the
want it,
form
I
to get
want
the money.
it.
It's insane.
And I
So-
also have a referral check that is total MIA, there's no address on it, there's no name on it, there's nothing on it. So if anybody did a referral with anybody, let me know where they're from, and I'll try to match it up.
That's like a $10,000 commission waiting for somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
raffle it off.
We're gonna give it to them. How insanity.
We'll take it.
All right, we got a couple more minutes. I put some stuff on the, please, everyone go to YouTube. Who doesn't go to YouTube? Come on, if you don't, that's okay.
My cat goes to
Okay,
YouTube.
exactly. Go, next time you're on YouTube, search in the little white box at the top, Realty One Group Summerlin, and then subscribe and like. Please, let's get a couple of subscribes and likes in there,
And
okay?
real quick,
Okay.
today, right after this meeting, we're doing our junior mastermind, and we're learning, our one and only Amy is gonna teach us how to do the, set up your YouTube account, change the banner picture, or banner, whatever they are, I don't even know, and then how to upload your photos. So Amy's gonna be teaching a class from 11 to 12 today, so, if you guys wanna come, it's our junior mastermind group, everybody's invited, you don't have to be a newer agent, we have tons of seasoned agents that come on in, so, if you guys wanna learn about it, it's today.
Who knows the answer to this question, but don't answer it? Please. How many TikTok, what's the word? Followers is a lot. If you had a TikTok account and you had a lot of followers, you'd be proud of saying, look, I got this many.
10 million.
Let's not get crazy here. That is a lot. But I mean, a normal person, like us.
5,000, 1,000.
Okay, okay. Does anyone know how many TikTok followers Amy has?
1 million.
Now, you know, if you didn't listen to my question, I said you can't answer it. She has over 1 million TikTok followers. Not 10,000, not 180, 10 million.
What's your point?
What's her shtick?
Well, she'll find out later, if, maybe she'll tell you later. Maybe
Going
she'll-
on there. That's it.
Also, when you're on YouTube, Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Brian Buffini, Ricky Caruth, NAR, search those guys. Every day they have content about the lawsuit. And these are 5 really bright people that we follow, that have really good comments following about the lawsuit. So, we want to keep you informed in this stuff because it's changing all the time, okay? So I gave this little handout. Everyone knows about the lawsuit? Anybody not know about the lawsuit?
Yeah.
How much was the verdict for?
1.8 billion.
Yeah, we're gonna round it up.
Billion.
1.8 billion, yeah. So we lost, meaning NAR, okay? And other brokerages are more affected by it than us, Keller Williams and
Lost.
Berkshire Hathaway, who else? Realogy. They were affected much more than we are, so we're fine. Nothing changes for us, but it will, okay? And what I wanted to just give you guys here is, the reason we lost the lawsuit is that the jury found, based on the evidence, that 1.6 million realtors and their brokerage firms and their CEOs conspired to set prices at 5 or 6%. Has anyone ever seen that happen in our business?
No.
No, where do you come up with this stuff? I don't get it. So in my glasses half full mind, if this gets appealed, I think we should win. They should just overturn this crap, because I don't think, I'm not saying our attorneys were not good, I'm sure they were phenomenal, but it seems like they could have done better. You know, I mean, they didn't even bring up one realtor onto the stand, or whatever, you know, so, but it might not get overturned. But right now, as you can see here, the next steps is they're gonna appeal it. That's gonna take months, or years.
Years.
Okay, years, we'll see. Or they could settle. NAR and Keller Williams could go back and say, look, we don't have 1.7 billion, we'll give you 1 billion, and call it even, and move on. I don't know, we're guessing here. Those are the things that could happen. But all I know is this week, I had 8 listing agreements that I had to sign, they were all normal listing agreements. I had 5 or 6 bananas, if you know what I mean, okay? There was no crazy, 0 bananas or anything like that, okay? So just try to conduct your business like you always have, okay? But people are gonna ask you, what's going on with this, okay? I've seen some people comment like, well, you know what, Joe, this is somewhat isolated, kind of, because it's in Missouri, it's in Illinois, and that's true. It is just isolated to those 2 states right now, but it's gonna affect all of us eventually, okay? But we don't know how that's gonna shake out. I think one of the things that will be mandatory in January is a buyer-broker agreement. We're gonna do a class in 2 weeks, I think. Joe Pessin, if you don't know Joe, he's one of our best agents, been in the business a long time. He's gonna sit up here, and maybe we'll grab Damon to help him, and myself, and we're gonna go through a buyer-broker agreement, like a role play. Like exactly how to explain it to a client that has no clue what this 3-page form is you're asking them to sign. That's how important this buyer-broker agreement is gonna be, okay? Have any of you used it in the past?
In California, they already created 7 new
Okay,
forms.
okay, we just want one.
Crazy.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll have 12 here in Vegas. We love new forms. But have any of you, Amelia, have you used it before? Wendy?
Yeah,
Right?
all the time.
Yeah.
Good, okay. You're gonna need that moving forward, okay? To make sure you get paid. Another thing that's probably gonna happen, I think, some people, when I talk to them about this, they think it's not gonna happen. I think Fannie and Freddie will do something with the political bodies of the states and get closing costs put into the loan. Commissions,
Yeah,
sorry.
commissions, yeah.
Commissions into the loan. Will that happen? I don't know. But there's a lot of people smarter than myself that are CEOs of companies that are advocating that are pushing that, like in DC and stuff like that. So that would help out a lot, okay? Damon, add some more stuff here. I know you've been doing more homework on this than I have been. What have you found out lately?
Yeah, I actually have a very positive outlook of it, given that, more lawsuits keep getting filed. Now buyers just filed an even larger lawsuit in Illinois, with 5 of the largest brokers, which, saying that they pay too much, commission, or whether transaction fees or whatever. So it's just fast moving right now, folks, and, at the end of the day, my personal opinion that NAR is gonna settle this thing. I've read some really deep articles, and I highly doubt, a couple of things for you guys to consider. I highly doubt that they wanna spend the money or even have the money to continue fighting these plaintiffs, right? They'll go bankrupt in most cases. The plaintiffs don't want them to go bankrupt because then what do they get? 0. So you're probably gonna see a lot of settlements happen, probably maybe sooner than later, just to clean this up and move on. I like what I've seen and what I've read, they were the same, which is the seller paying a commission to the buyer broker directly. Now, what does that look like? We don't know, because right now we're not allowed to negotiate commissions in an offer, right? You guys can't send over an offer and say, hey, the seller's gonna pay this commission. However, that will, there's already MLSs, that are doing that. So you're probably gonna see some changes there where your seller might be offering compensation directly to the buyer brokerage and just passing the listing broker up, not having that part of the conversation. The listing broker goes and says, hey, I get 3% for my commission, and whatever you wanna offer to the buyer broker, right, is up to you. And that removes what they are trying to say, the collusion of, you guys have all set prices across the board, the listing brokers, right, by saying, hey, I charge 6%, we offer 3% co-op, and that's what this case is all about. So that'll now be on the seller's shoulders to say, hey, I'm gonna pay this much to the buyer broker, so there will not be any connection with that listing broker. That probably, you guys take anything away from this, whatever happens, we can't control. That in itself right there keeps us in the game. Then it's just about value. Then it's just about your value as your buyer. Of course, they make, a couple of things I've read, they may make the buyer brokerage agreement mandatory. Okay, so start getting prepared, as we're doing training, everything around the buyer brokerage agreement. They may, now that it's already illegal in 12 states, dual representation. You may see the DOJ, the FTC, they're all trying to clean this thing up, and so you may see them make that, don't quote me, but you may see that becoming legal in Nevada. Right now it's legal in Nevada. You may see that go away, which is another concern for us, that if they get rid of the co-op, the buyer now bypasses the buyer broker altogether and goes directly to the seller, so that will actually help us. even though, if you guys are out doing, multiple representation, that's good to get both sides of the coin, but the reality of it is, it would help this market really and help buyer brokers if they made that, illegal, and then the buyer would need that buyer broker. They wouldn't be able to go directly to the listing broker. They could, but that listing broker would have to refer it out to another agent to represent that buyer. So, good thing, I think there's gonna be some positives that come out of this, I really do think so. So you guys just stay focused on your business and clientele and, up your value proposition, make sure you're presenting that value, and I think everything's gonna shake out to where we're still gonna be relevant.
Yeah, an option might be, like, some of you may have been involved in a commercial transaction, okay? As you all know, there's no commercial MLS, there's no commercial co-op. It's, dog eat dog world in that commercial world. Like, you guys don't know Gene Proctor just joined us, he's been doing commercial a long time. They negotiate their commission when they send over the offer. We can't do that. We don't do that as residential agents, okay?
They send over an LOI that
Yeah.
has that in there.
Yeah, so there's no 3% co-op on dot loop or one of the MLSs per se for commercial. They negotiate that as they're talking. Okay, maybe later. Okay, stay with me, okay? So that might happen, but Damon's right. The key to the whole thing is you gotta up your game. You gotta be really good, okay? Because buyers might be paying you directly. Did you read the article where they might have, like, some brokers are thinking about like a menu, like an hourly wage for the buyer's agent, like an attorney, right? If we go to one attorney, he's $200. I know some attorneys that are $1,000 an hour. Why is he 5 times more than the other guy? Because he's better. He's really, really good, Stuff like that might happen. But Damon's correct. We just have to get really good at what we do, okay? Know the numbers, know your value. Explain to the buyer what you're gonna do for them and how you're gonna do it. Right now, they just think we open the door. That's all they think we do. They let them in, right? And type up a form and we collect the big fat paycheck. That's our fault. We messed up for years. We just let that shit slide by and collect our money. But those days are gonna maybe start slowing down a little bit, okay?
And you may see some realtors, get out of the business, which is, for us, is those that are going to stay in the game and fight hard and up their value. That's a great thing, right? That's a great thing that, if it weeds out some of the people that they weren't in the game anyways, they just don't want to deal with the nonsense, right, the headache, and they just go back to doing what they're doing, or get out of real estate. That's gonna be a great thing for us full-time agents that are invested in their clientele and their business and their careers.
Yeah, I remember, real quick, sorry, when I was first on the board of directors at MLS, at LVR, it was 2000, I don't know. I was in the business 5 years, and we're at the board of directors talking about agents and how many we have, and every year, half of you, I hate to say it, you meaning all 16,000, do not do a deal. You lose money every year, half the agents that work in Las Vegas, they don't do a deal. They pay dues, they pay whatever, they do 0 deals. But they pay $150 to NAR, and to LVR, and NVR. So that's why we love those agents, because we need that money, okay? I remember on the board, there was a big thing like, how about we go to NAR and tell them to raise the dues to $4,000 a year? Exactly, right? Would that get rid of the riffraff?
Yes.
The shitty realtors? I'm not saying they're shitty because they're not doing deals, but they're part-time. Do you want to go to a part-time realtor, lawyer that's never tried a case, or do you want to go to a guy that's done hundreds of cases? I don't think that's ever going to happen. Nora wouldn't let it. They need to count. They need 1 million realtors.
They need money.
And trust me, 1.6 million, okay? But it's like Damon said, you gotta up your game, you gotta know what you're talking about these days, because, you'll get a referral, you'll talk to them on the phone, you think it went great, you call them back, and they ghost you. Crickets, they found somebody else. That impressed them more. That was more articulate on the phone, and they're moving on to them. So keep all that stuff in mind. But there's gonna be lots of training.
Clients, folks, I met with some buyers on my listing yesterday that have an agent, and they're out on the internet looking, calling agents. I was like, do you guys have an agent? Yeah, but we're not attached to them, we're not married to them. And I was like, well, just be careful, just because you're out looking at homes, you might, cause a little bit of an issue, but that's the reality. Obviously the agent's not doing a great job of, hey, don't go look at any homes without me, or, so that's important. And you may see that NAR attaches away from, this already happens in some areas, where NAR's detached from the MLS. In Las Vegas, we have to be part of NAR to have the MLS. That's not everywhere. So you may see, that was on that slideshow that Alex said, that one of the anywhere conditions was that they were gonna make it not mandatory for their agents to be a part of NAR, which means that would be a huge factor as well.
Yeah, that can come into play too. Yeah, so times are changing, but again, I think we're all gonna be fine, just come through the classes, go on YouTube, visit these guys, pick Damon's brain and mine, Jeff's, anytime you see us, okay? Because we're in this for the long haul, we're not going anywhere, okay? We're really not, so.
It's positive though, folks, it's
It
good.
is.
It's-
Yes.
Yeah, don't walk out of here with your head down.
Mhm.
There's a couple of key points that, Alex shared in the articles that I've read, prior to that, say, we're still gonna remain relevant. It's just gonna look a little different, but we're still gonna remain relevant. So-
If you grab this, one of the things on it says settlement terms. These are the things that Anywhere and RE/MAX agreed to do when they settled early. When you get a chance, read them. We're doing them now. This is not new stuff. They're not reinventing the wheel. All the stuff they say they're gonna do, we've all been doing as realtors. But that's their answer to the complaint. So continue doing what you're doing. Come to classes, get smarter at this stuff. Every chance you get to pick someone's brain, do so. Anybody have any questions, thoughts about anything? Julia, you good? You got that look? No, you're all right? No? Steph, you're okay? All right, gang, thank you for coming by. Oh, hey, Maria.
One thing I'd like to share with you, how many of you go list a property, go sell it, and they're paying you 1.5? That just makes me upset. Because I know I'm worth more than 1.5, so now if you represent one party to the other, you negotiate your own compensation. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
No? Yep, absolutely, Fred. You guys okay? Did I interrupt you?
No, we're good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
good? All right, guys, thank you.
Did you,